Hello, my name is Ilian Saint-Hilaire, and welcome to this small demonstration on how you can help translate the developer toolkit to other languages. So if you haven't noticed, when you go into any of the tools, you can select language in the help and you can pick another language here. Or if you run on a computer that has that is in Japanese or Korean or Chinese, well, the developer toolkit tools will show up in that language if it's available. So I've gotten help already from many people on translating the tools to other languages, and anybody else can help. And the way you do it is you basically open the Intel Resource Translator tool that comes with the Intel Developer Toolkit, and it's a very simple tool here. You can say File, Open, and what you do is in the Developer Toolkit folder, which is usually under Program Files, Intel, and Intel Developer Toolkit, there's a translation dictionary, which is a default one that I have that's included with the Developer Toolkit. So what you do is you select that, and you open it, and this now gives you all the translation strings for all the languages that I support. So for example, here I have, if you select language, I have Japanese, and you see all the Japanese translation right here. If now you can switch over to French, and you can see all the French translations. You can take a look at Korean and see all the Korean translations. And at any point in time, you guys can click on any string, and you can type the correct translation for a new string. So for example, I'll go in French, and I'll click on here, and I'll say lecture seulement. For example, if I wanted to translate this string to this other string, and you just go on and click and just translate all the strings you can, and you would be done. Once you're done, or occasionally, you go ahead and save or save as, and save the translation dictionary. So as, for example, translation dictionary 2 or backup. And say OK, and this would save your translation dictionary. So you guys can go ahead, pick a language like French, and then select all the strings you want and start translating. Now, any given string can be located at many different places. For example, the word bytes here, you can say show string locations, and it will show you, as you click, it will show you each string, for example, gigabytes, and in which project and forms that string is located. So some of them, like bytes, for example, this one is located in director 2 times and in commander once. And you can go ahead and, for example, permissions is in commander right here. So this gives you a little idea of where this string is located. I don't use this personally much, but it's possible. Now, the other thing that's probably the most interesting feature of the translator tool is that there is a total of 2,554 strings here. So this can be quite a daunting task. I mean, to translate all of these strings to get the entire developer toolkit translated. Well, you don't have to translate the entire developer toolkit. You can say View, Filter Locations, and then you have all the project here, the entire project for the developer toolkit. And for example, if I'm interested in translating a small tool like NetStatus, well, I can open NetStatus, and there's a couple of things like properties and resources and forms, and I can just select the entire project itself and say OK. And now it's going to filter out all the strings that belong to that project. So there's still 2,500 strings in my project, but now it's only showing me strings for the Intel NetStatus tool. And now I can just translate those. So actually, this is probably one of the nice tool to start. NetStatus, it just has a couple of strings. So if you want to get started with your favorite language, maybe Spanish or whatever, then you pick the language you want. You just start translating. If the language that you want is not in the menu here, go ahead and mail me, and I'll just add it to the list of menus, but I just added the common ones that I feel would be probably useful. Just make sure to save your work regularly. And of course, if you at any time you can filter location and just filter on a different target. Intel AMT Defender is also another good tool to translate because it doesn't have that many strings. It just has a couple, and you can probably do it in about an hour, or less than an hour. You can translate all these strings pretty quickly. I did it in French right here. Also, if you see any errors in any of these existing strings, go ahead and make sure to fix those. That would be really appreciated. Okay, and once you're done, you just save the dictionary file, mail it to me, and I'll just make sure that the next release of the Developer Toolkit has these files. If you're a developer, you can also use this tool to translate other projects, and the way you would do it is by loading or saving the resource files. And this tool is very good at loading and saving resource files into its dictionary. You can also import and export TMX files, and if you are a professional translator and you do this for, you have a specialized tools for translating, you can load and save TMX files from this tool, and this will probably get you much better professional job from using a professional tool instead of this one. So that's it. Once you're done, you just mail me the Developer Toolkit, the dictionary file. I'll include it in the next release, and you will get hopefully some prize or some reward. Especially if you're outside of Intel and you do this and you spend a lot of time on this, I'll make sure to get you some T-shirts or some prizes of some sort. So just to encourage you and to make sure that we recognize your work. Also, if you're outside of Intel, make sure that you agree, obviously before you send it to me, that you agree that this, you want me to release this with the tools. Good. So thank you very much, and have a great day.